Hey guys, I am Sharon Tillman here, and I wanted to stop in and just talk to you guys really quickly. Last night, I had an opportunity to listen to the interview that Bishop Jakes did with Elevation's pastor Stephen Bertrick. And I absolutely enjoyed it. I was hoping that it was posted because I definitely wanted to just watch it again. There were some parts that I missed, but I definitely enjoyed what I did here. One of the things that Bishop T.D. Jakes said that really stuck out to me was he talked about building your circle. He talked about the importance of having the right people, which is a lot of things that I'm always stressing how important it is. But one thing that he talked about, he gave the scenario of when he first read his daughter's book and how he definitely enjoyed it so much and how he was able to tell her that and how she was able to receive it because of the critique. And I think his exact words were, or her exact words were, I'm able to receive your compliments because of the critique that you've given. And that thing really stuck out because a lot of times we don't have people in our lives who really critique and tell us, what we're doing right or what we're doing wrong. Or sometimes we have a bunch of yes people in our life. And I know that a lot of you can relate to that. You have a bunch of yes people. Oh, yes, you're doing great. Oh, yes, this. Oh, yes, that. But you don't have anybody to rebuttal what you're saying or what you're doing. They make you feel like everything you do is right because a lot of times they don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to make you feel sad. They don't want to make you feel like that they're attacking you and it's not love. But listen, if you don't have people in your life who can literally critique you when you're wrong, but at the same time they can praise you and they can compliment you when you're right, then you definitely have the wrong people in your life. You don't need anyone who's always going to agree with what you're doing, especially when you're wrong. One of the things that I always say, and I think that, I say it so much, I say it to everybody. I don't care who you are. If you are mom or dad or sister or brother or grandma or grandpa or whoever, if you're wrong, it's our duty to say, that's not right. You're wrong. Like, it doesn't mean that you're coming off in a disrespectful way. It doesn't mean that you're being disobedient. It's not what you're like. It doesn't mean that. It definitely means that you're able to say, Mom, I love you, but you shouldn't have said that, or you shouldn't have done that. Like, that ain't right. That's wrong. And when they hear that from you, like, it may hurt a little bit in the beginning. It may sting a little bit because nobody wants to be told they're wrong. But at the end of the day, if you're wrong, you're wrong. And so I wanted to just jump on and stress even the more the importance of having the right people in your life. I don't want people in my life who can't tell me if I'm doing something and it's not right. I don't want people in my life. Now, don't get me wrong. You will have those people in your life who will always try to find something wrong with what you do because they just don't like it, or deep down inside they really don't like you. So you always have to check your circle. You've always got to make sure you know exactly who's in your circle, and you always have to make sure that you know exactly who's surrounding you and who's building you, because that's what we need. We all need people to build us up. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your position is or what your authority is. We all need people in our lives who are there for us and who are going to hear us and who are going to push us to our greatness. And if you got people in your life who are not pushing you, if you got people in your life who really don't believe in you, they may know that you're called to do something, but they don't believe in you enough to use you, enough to allow your gift to be expanded. If you've got those people in your life, you've got the wrong people in your life. Those aren't the people that you need within your circle. And a lot of times we have to realize that it doesn't matter who you are. Like, I am a firm believer, and a lot of you know my story. And if you didn't read my book, then you'll get my story in my book. So you should go pick up my book. But a lot of you know my story, and I didn't have like a really close knit family unit when I was growing up. I didn't have that. And I think a lot of me not having that, I view family and things differently. I don't walk around like, oh, that's my cousin and I don't care what she does, even when she's wrong. Like, that's my cousin, and I'm always going to have her back. Like, I'm not like that. I'm totally different. I am a firm believer in loyalty. I am a firm believer in when a person shows you who they really are, you believe them for that. I'm a firm believer in that. And so I'm a firm believer in no matter who you are, no matter what your position or what your title is in my life, I am going to say if it's not right, if you do something that's not right, I'm not going to support something that's not right. I'm not going to support that. And I am a firm believer in just because your blood is like my blood, that loyalty is what makes you family in my book. I'm a firm believer in that. It doesn't matter what else anybody else says. So I just wanted to stop in and say that today. I really, really enjoyed it. If you guys did not see it, you definitely should go pick it up. Go find that interview from last night. It was amazing. Bishop Jake said some amazing things, and that's just a few of the things he said. He said so many other things, but that's just a few of the things that he said. So definitely go and find that interview. And remember, guys, you have got to make sure that you've got the right people in your circle. You've got to make sure that your circle is intact. You've got to make sure that you've got builders and you've not got people who are tearing you down. You've got people who will critique you, and you've got people who will tell you if it ain't right, or if it doesn't make sense, or listen, hey, sis, you shouldn't do that. Or that's not how you get back. Like, that's not the way to go. We need those people in our lives. And if you don't have those people in your life, you definitely better check your circle. Make sure you build your circle up in the right way. Make sure you got a lot of supporters and people who believe in who God has called you to be, so that you can go forth and that you can be great and you can be who you've called to be. I am Sharon Tillman. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining.